Abraham's seed.
See that? We be Abraham's seed, and what happened?
And were never in bondage to any ish.
What happened?
How sayest thou, ye shall be made free?
So again, you can see they mindset. It'd be hard to get people like this to work a job. Especially when they say they ain't never been in bondage. We ain't never been in slavery to nobody. All they knew freedom, they knew it as being men. It being in the flesh. They said, we never been in no slavery. We want to understand how you going to make us free. This is what he told them, though.
Yahusha answered them,
What happened?
Verily, verily, I say unto you,
Tell them what happened.
whosoever committeth sin
See that? Whosoever committed sin
is the servant of sin.
is a slave of sin. What happened?
The servant abideth not in the house forever,
But who?
the being abideth ever.
See that? They were looking at the flesh. They looked at, they never been in captivity. They never been there. But for us, we've been in captivity all our lives.
That's
A lot
right.
of us today, we'll have another day, we'll go to the Smithsonian, these different institutions, and we'll look back at stuff or go to Charleston, South Carolina, or Savannah and look at the slave auction.
Right.
And say, man, what kind of stuff those people went through then? Hell, you in the same
Still
time here.
That's right. That's right.
You're in the same time. There ain't nothing changed. The sad part is just like what they saying. They didn't realize they still been service of sin. You thinking your condition has changed. Nothing has changed for you.
That's right.
But you can see the mindset they had. They looked at not being in captivity, not being in bondage. But when you're committing sin, it's the same premise. Because you're having to yield to something that you don't want to. A person shouldn't want to be a slave. That's the sad part. You shouldn't want to be a slave. He talked about being in bondage. So when you're committing sin, you're in bondage. When we're in these jobs, in this system that we're on, it don't matter where you work and what you wear and where you live at. Hell, you still a nigga. These people, these white folk die. That's
right.
with the ER.
That's right.
Not the GA on the end. That's ER. And they say, it's just men under. Everybody know that.
That's right.
It don't matter where you at. Hell, they had Cynthia McKinney to go to the White House years ago when Bill Clinton was there. She was a United States congressman. Hell, the Secret Service threw her ass down.
Yep.
They told her they didn't know who she was. She was like, I'm sitting there. Listen, they said all niggas look alike. They look at, they ain't no nigga women should be coming to no White House. You hear what color the house is, they tell you right now what color people should be in it. All the black folks in the White House should be servants.
That's right.
And that's how you are in America. And I'm telling you to get you to understand, folks, you have to become free in every aspect.
Yes, sir.
You can't be free from sin and then be in bondage to these people in another way. When we called up Yahuwah, when he said he heard our cry, when he told Mushah, we weren't because of sin. It wasn't because of sin. It was because of hard test master. It was because of our labor. What's changed for us? Most of us now, we work on the job now. All we doing is working ourselves to death. Killing ourselves for the man. What's different? What's different? Only problem is that we don't complain. We don't complain and well, we're going to get the most effect. Y'all got it? Had they kept everything internal like our slave master teacher the other day, he said he heard they cry. I'll teach y'all about that too. I'll teach you about that too. For sure. You ain't know it. You couldn't know it because I ain't never tell it to you. I'll teach it to you. He heard their cry. By the reason they test master. That was the same thing when Yahushua was on the too. Why you think he cried out?
That's right.
He said, these hard test masters aren't working for him. His cry caused him to be delivered. But you sitting here and you afraid to cry out concerning your situation. Your master has oppressed you and taught you to silence. You have silent protests, silent marches. No, you got to be vocal.
Yeah.
That's what he told in 5081, Yeshayahu. Yeah,
All right. We back. See, what you have to understand is people that really don't know how to really argue or complain or fuss because you only gonna show what you know. You know what I'm saying? Like I said once before, if you don't know, then how you gonna show? You know, if you don't know, okay. And that's what he was saying about people that you have to understand. You pretty much know where I'm from, what I'm about, and so you don't know what I'm about. You don't know what a person's really about because because we don't know what really the sin is about. We don't. People saying sin, they throw around the word sin in churches or wherever. But what's the definition of sin? The definition of sin, I believe, is when you do something that you know is wrong. You know, but I'm like, okay, what is wrong? I mean, think about it. You know, people use words to hide behind other words. You know, and that's all we're doing. We live our life just hiding from the real truth. You know why? Because of the propaganda. That's why. That's what this all. That's what only thing they can do is get that out. Once you get that out, okay. Sin. The definition of sin. I'm reading out of the Urban Dictionary. Okay. I like to read out of there first, then go to the regular one. I don't know why I just do that. Sin means harm. Okay. Sin means harm. Okay. Sin means harm. So what does harm mean? Anyways. Okay. That's the first one. Sinful means harmful. Okay, sinful means harmful. So what is harmful? Okay, next one. Sinless means harmless. Okay, so what is harmless? Okay, then using the synonyms. It's synonyms. Is a particular thought, word, or action sin, or action sin? If it is harmful, it is sinful. If it is harmless, it is sinless. Then they have another definition. Sin means good, dirty, fun. And then sin, the Greek biblical. Then another one says the Greek biblical word for sin, harmadia, means literally to miss the mark, like an archer. Sin is not necessarily defined by moral wrongness, by transgressing some set of rules, but it is instead doing anything that takes our focus off God, the target, onto ourselves. The target was in parentheses, comma, onto ourselves, comma, thinking we are the be all and end all. Sin, and then somebody quoted, sin is nothing less than to neglect internal things and seek after temporal things. And Saint Austin wrote said that, quoted that. Then sin, the quote, a failure to miss the mark of perfection. I have sinned, and I'm not a perfect person. Okay, sins. When we're getting called out for doing something dumb or unacceptable, and you just don't care. That's probably the closest definition that I really could really relate with right there. Of how I was told sin was growing up. You see a quote, dude, you let me at the Sutton Club last night. What's your problem? Where did you go? Oh, I nabbed the hottie. Sins, bro. You know, so it's like people don't know what really sins means. So let me go ahead and go to the regular one. See what they got to say. Sin, an immoral act, an immoral act considered to be a transgression against divine law. So there you go. Law against the law, a basic law or a big law or, you know, divine. What does divine mean? Because it said divine law. The brain. divine. Biblical words, heavenly, godlike, divine is more than perfect. She's beautiful, natural, cute, sweet, smart, wise, modest. Friend, she's caring about. So, yeah. So law is that big of a thing. You said divine law? Divine transgression against divine law. So basically that's saying that people don't know shit, pretty much, you know. They don't really know. They don't know what sin means. How can you know what sin means? I give you all the definitions and all these analogies and stuff about what sin is. How can somebody really, you know, then you got people giving out propaganda on top of that. Propaganda, it relates with a lot of things like setting you up. Like you talk about the time of somebody diplomat or somebody went with the Congress and back during the Clinton era, they thought she was one of the workers, the servers, or somebody. So they treated her like a wet food stamp. Come on. And he said he throws it all at this racist white people. You know, it could have been a nigga that set it up. You don't know. So that's what I'm saying. They sit there, they use this white thing. They take this. It's like hiding behind white people. You hide behind white people's so-called this or so-called that from the past, and you bring it here to these days. You're still hiding behind it. And white people used to do it themselves because that's how it was. But now we're doing it for them. We probably was doing it for them back then. That's why we had people like Moors and Uncle Toms and stuff like that. They called and stuff to seem like those were helping uplifting black people and helping the white people. So all the field Negroes who was down for not even going for this shit, they're the only ones that was affected by it. But those are the ones who kept the strength. Kept us and they kept fighting just to get us to this day. They would be able to talk about it freely. And they educate others freely. So now you got everybody knowing the truth and knowing this. So now we still going to try, but the only way you can go to defeat that is to go backwards. And that's why I go back to the lady who went to the Congress, whatever. They thought she was this. And they treated her like she was this. Come on. Please. When people do things to me, or I don't care who it is, all right? Usually, when if I dig deep to find out what the truth behind it is, at the end of that truth, who you think it's gonna be? Who you think it's gonna be? You don't know who it's gonna be. You don't, because it could be anybody. It could be anybody.
Yes, y'all.
It's cocaine.
Isaiah, they call it. Other one, say that Yeshayahu. Before you get mad right quick. Say that Yeshayahu chapter 40. Come to mind. Is it 40 and 3 come to my mind? Let's see 40 and 1. We'll see. I'm down. It might be 40 and 8. We'll see. Yeshayahu. One got me 58 and 1. Let's see what 40 and 1 says. Listen to the book.
Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a teruah, and shew my arm their transgression.
Listen, 58 and 1. He told him to cry loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a teruah, and shew my people their what?
Their transgression.
And
the house of Jacob their sins.
He wanted them to identify their sin. Let's see what happened at 40 and 1. Yeshayahu. Listen to the book.
Comfort ye, my arm, saith your Elohim.
Yeah.
Speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem, and cry unto her.
And cry unto her. What happened?
That her welfare is accomplished.
Listen.
That her iniquity is pardoned.
Yeah.
For she hath received of Yahuwah's hand double for all her sins.
Yeah.
The voice of him that crieth in the wilderness, prepare ye the way of Yahuwah, make straight in the desert a highway for our Elohim.
Yes.
Every valley shall be exalted, and every mountain and hill shall be made low.
Yeah.
And the crooked shall be made straight, and the rough places plain.
Yeah.
And the kabod of Yahuwah shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together.
What happened?
For the mouth of Yahuwah hath spoken it.
Yes.
The voice said, Cry.
What?
And the voice said, Cry.
What you want to do?
And he said, What shall I cry?
And what did he tell him?
All flesh is grass.
So you see what he was doing when he was up there? He would let man know about himself, showing your transgression, showing you exactly what happened. He said all flesh is grass.
Yes, sir.
Tell him what else happened.
And all the
kabod,
all the taub, therefore, is as the flower of the field.
Tell him what happened.
The grass withereth,
And
the flower fadeth,
what happened?
because the ruach of Yahuwah bloweth upon it.
That's what happened to him. You leaving, he crying out, trying to let him know you're in a temporary state. Man, gotta know that. A lot of time in your strength and when you think things are well, you don't realize it's temporary. Green grass is temporary. Eventually it'll change. It'll wither away. Just like flowers, they're beautiful they are. Eventually the petals will fall off.
That's right.
He wanted to cry that out, let him know, and all your beauty and everything you got, it's temporary. Your memory, your going out, your coming in, everything you got for you leaving him. I've been telling the way y'all this a long time. It's just a matter of time. Y'all leaving him. You
That's
just
right.
don't know it.
That's right.
Y'all know that?
Yes, sir.
Same thing he tried to tell Carl. See that the 20th chapter of the book of 21st chapter of the book of Yndks?
All right, we back. Let me finish this up by saying this. Okay, when he brought up the grass thing, right? And I started thinking about, I said, wait, hold up. Your ass is grass. Where do you think these words come from? Your ass is grass. So with growing up, you're thinking quite naturally, those words and stuff was given by by the people that's supposed to be over us, the white people. That's how we were brought up thinking. That's what he claims. That's how he puts things. Not just him personally, just in, hypothetically speaking. It's really everybody thinks that way. The ones who do. But you got people like me who was raised with him. Like straight down the street, right next door, both sides. Across. All around. The whole county. Millions of people. When I see a black person in the street, I would want to have a party. Hey, what's up? Where you been? Or why you here? Or and I'm looking at him like I'm culture shock. My own people. This is how I grew up. This is what I grew up. Only time I would see black people was at church. So when I see a regular black person in the street, other than school, because school, that's an institution. Church is an institution. You're there to be a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? So when you go into, you're not free to be who you really are. Because if you do, it can get you in trouble of who you are. So you never know who a person really is because you're at school or because you're at church. So if you're doing this stuff all day, every day, when do you have time to be yourself? Really, even when you're playing, you have rules. If you're playing basketball, if you're playing baseball, you're playing football, you're boxing. Even during those sports, you have different types of institutions where you have to be a certain way to stay focused. Because if you don't, that can cost you an injury, cost you your life. You got to be focused. So when are you really free? Because even if you're at home, you got to be a certain way around the family members. Even if you're by yourself, you got to sit there and watch how somebody might walk in. Or you might be on video. So when are you really free? Even when you doing things that you think you're free in. There's rules because it's temporary. There's gonna be an ending to it. So when are you really ever free? Because even when you're sleeping, you gotta wake up. So when are you ever free? Huh? It's cocaine.